Hey, what's up, everybody? I know this video was long overdue. Like I said, I finally got to watch the full game this morning. Tried to watch it last night, but halfway falling asleep. So, well, at least they battle in, and of course, the same issues, turnovers, and I still don't like the small starting lineup, and like they didn't try to get AJ Green going, like trying to set him up for like shots. Because I think he didn't have that many from what I'm watching. So, but still having him at the three position, that's not good. I don't care what anybody said. That is not a good scenario. Miles Turner did stepped up. I didn't know Kyle Kuzma was out because of illness. So, but then again, things like that happen. Um, so they did the lineup, with Jericho Sims like at the four. But I think what Doc needs to do, but this is just my personal opinion, he should actually have Miles Turner at the four, then have Jericho Sims at the five. Switch them to until Giannis get back. So there was rumors out there that Giannis would be back at the New Year's Eve game. This could be this one could be a joke. So they were saying Torian Prince may be back at the January 2nd game, which right now I don't believe. I'll take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. But yeah, they did say, Giannis will be back on the 31st of this month. So maybe, see some turnarounds and stuff like that. And I think, yeah. Yeah, like I said, yeah, Kyle Kuzma was sick. AJ Green, like I mentioned, did return to this game, and yeah, and you got Porter, you got Portis, you got Turner. They all stepped up, as you can tell. And it was one point like in the second, like when Bobby was in, they was in the lead, and I hear like a lot of people, like constantly. Sorry, just trying to not get stuff tangled over here. That was kind of my fault. Sorry guys. Something always gets stuck, of course. But just my opinion, it's just like they constantly lack guarding the 3 point. And when I say defense wise, they're lacking on they using Coach Budenholzer's defensive set, like mainly like protect the paint but not the three. And I think that's one of their mistakes is that they're not protecting the they're not blocking the three. And just like why they're not oh, excuse me. Yeah, just trying to get rid of this cough. And I'm just saying why they are not defending the three. There were some things they did the 2-3 zone, and I'm just like why not keep using that? But it seems like as soon as the team figure it out, change to something else at times. So I don't know why I said why they keep using that, but it's just sometimes it's appropriate to use it. And of course, when people, when teams try to, do the switch, like trying to switch people up, so you get confused. I think I'm trying to think. This could be crazy enough, but the starter lineup they use, I would say, Porter Jr., Gary Trent, Giannis, put him at the three. Jericho Sims at the four. No, Miles Turner at the four, and Jericho Sims at the five. I know that's just me. This is kind of weird, but maybe things will help out. You never know. Um, but yeah, let's get to the standings. But like I said, I can't get too upset with this game because at least they was trying to fight back. But sometimes it ain't enough, and it's just something that Doc ain't doing on his end. But like I said, it's coming to coaching, and some of the defenses is just like it's just silly. That's all it is. Can't protect the three, and that's something they gotta change, or they gonna keep on be on this losing streak. Okay, first quarter. Toronto. I think that's the highest points they score in the corner. Quarter. 31 to Milwaukee's 25. Milwaukee won the quarter. And they're tied for the lowest that they have scored in the quarter. Toronto, 26 to 28. Then you have, like I said, Toronto tied with the lowest score in the quarter, and the Bucks lower in score in the quarter, 26 to 23. And Milwaukee did win the fourth quarter, but with what cost? And sadly, this is the highest that the Bucks have scored, 29 to 28. And I think the other problem is like I understand, like they try to do like the Golden State Warriors thing, like you die by the three, but the results of that, you see, it's not working good for them. And I think the Warriors got a losing record, so I think you gotta adjust to something. Like I like the fact that the Bucks is trying to go young, but you can't keep the same I should say entities that you use in the playbook like a while back. You can't do that. You gotta do something different and adapt. Like I said, Toronto mostly in this game. Then you see towards the end of the second quarter, the Bucks were up. Then third quarter, the Bucks was up. Then after that, nothing. Defense, defense, defense. Let's see. The biggest lead the Toronto had was 11. The biggest lead the Bucks had was 2. 3 times it was tied. Let's see. The longest run was 10 points, and that probably was Toronto. And 4 times the lead did change. Um, let's say I can't get mad, over the close game. Rebounding gotta be so much better, really, so much better. Um, yeah, their assists got to be a little bit better too. At least I want to see at least 28 assists a game for them. And Toronto had more than them, 31. Steal department's pretty good for the Bucks, 10 to 9. Both even at blocks, and I think Bobby Portis is one. I think probably Miles Turner was the other. Oh wow, they both were horrible in turnovers, 16. And I think they said Kevin Porter Jr. had the most like turnovers. So, and I see some of the things he does, like he really, and Ryan Rollins is at fault too. But I'm glad they put him on the bench because he can be like that scoring punch for the bench. But he's like bad in turnovers too, and he just gotta calm down. But that's just me when it comes to turnovers. Field goal percentage. Toronto was better, 50% to Milwaukee's 45%. Um, 37% for 3-point shooting for Toronto, and the Bucks did a little bit better at that with 41%. Oh wow, actually good with free throws. I must say 88% for the Bucks and 67% for the Raptors. Second chance points. No, sorry, we're gonna go with points in the paint first. Something that Bucks need to do, and don't always like rely on the threes. That's just me. Toronto points in the paint 44 to Milwaukee's 28. Second chance point. Milwaukee was 1 point better, 12 to 13. And Toronto, yeah, this is probably one of the other things that they kill them with is the fast break points. Toronto 19, Milwaukee 4. So without further ado, let's go to the player status and talk about each player. I may have like a little bit of a rant on some of the things, so we'll see. Of course, notifications for sports. Brandon Ingram led the game in the team with 29 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 8 rebounds with 2 offensive rebounds, so a near double double. 7 to 8 from the free throw, 4 to 6 from three, and 9 to 18 from the field. Scotty Barnes, 10 to 14, but 24 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 2 assists, 11 rebounds, so a double double with 5 offensive rebounds. Like I said, the offensive rebounds is always the issue. 2 of 5 from the free throw, 2 of 3 from three, and 10 to 14. Sandro Mendelisky, I can never say his name, but been the starting center for them. It seems like it was recently. So with him, let's see, 18 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 7 rebounds with 2 offensive rebounds, 2 of 6 from three, but 8 of 12 from the field. So, you know, elite field goal, like in the mid range and stuff like that, not too bad. Um, oh, Abachi, sorry if I said it wrong. Um, 10 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, 2 of 3 from three, and 4 of 7 from the field. Emmanuel quickly, yeah, he had a bad game, but let's see, 9 points, 1 steal, 10 assists, so near double double for him. 6 rebounds with 2 offensive rebounds, 3 of 4 from the free throw, and 3 of 11 from the field before, with 0 of 4 from three. Let's see if anybody else made the cut. Yeah, only one player. That was Jamal said. So it was like, get that up there. 8 points, 11 assists. So wow, yeah. 2 rebounds, 1 of 2 from the free throw, 1 of 5 from three, and 3 of 9 from the field. Let's see. Now we're gonna go to the. Oh, that's why Jacob Paletti was. Oh, he was not feeling well. So, maybe they might keep that line on and just have Jacob Peretti off the bench. Now, that's a possibility. Now, that's what I'm saying. It kind of sucks, AJ Green being back, and they just don't set him up for, like, trying to, shoot threes and stuff like that. So, that's the worst thing. But, anyways, ooh. Didn't get much out the starting five, so that kind of makes sense. Miles Turner with 21 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. That's a little bit better, but need a little bit more of that. 3 offensive rebounds, which is good. Like I said, with Jericho Sims with 7 rebounds, so we're getting somewhere with that. Anyways, back to Miles Turner, 5 of 6 from the free throw, which is not bad. 4 of 10 from three. Yeah, there's times he needs to calm down on like making all those attempts. 6 of 14 from the field. Yeah, he need to be in the paint more. Oh wow, Gary Trent had a horrible game too. I didn't even know that. But only the good thing he had was like 2 steals. Kevin Porter Jr. This is like always the spark for the Bucks. 22 points, and yeah, like I said, that turnovers. Yeah, he got to calm down. 1 block, 1 steal, 13 assists, so double double for him, which is good. 4 rebounds, 6 of 7 from the free throw. Ooh, not his better 3-point shooting game, but 2 of 6 from three and 7 of 18 from the field. Bobby Porter's always the spark off the bench and led the team. Crazy enough, 24 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 12 rebounds, so double double. His second double double of the season. 1 offensive rebounds, perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw, 3 of 6 from three, and 9 of 16 from the field. So I wish some of y'all, stop that complaining about, talk about get rid of Bobby Portis. Yeah, just crazy. Ryan Rollins, like I said, another spark off the bench, with 17 points, 3 steals. So defensively, as of lately, he's getting there. 5 assists, which is not bad. Expect a little bit more, but anyways, 4 rebounds, 3 of 7 from three. It's kind of okay, and 7 of 15 from the field. Yeah, we gotta talk about Gary Harris. Also, so I'm just upset that they used this 8-man lineup. Really don't get it, but anyways, Gary Harris 7 points, 1 steal, 1 assist. Get out the way. 3 rebounds with 1 offensive rebounds. Just only hit 1 3 and attempt 1 3, and 3 of 4 from the field. So that's something, and not using some of their players for that ninth person. Like Cole Anthony would be a good fit, or Amir Coffey would be a good fit, or Andre Jackson Jr. Use your like big person lineup. Like he can play the 2 or 3. Something that will help them that, but they need to stop with this small ball lineup because it's really getting them on my nerves. It is not working. But then again, that's going to be Doc anyway. So, and sorry guys, I am on your side of saying that I think he needs to go, but I think he got one more season in this contract. So I think they probably if it goes worse that it really ain't have no choice, they may do it this season. But I think next season they'll keep him on, and until if it gets worse, then yeah, let him go. Um, Anyways, we got the Bulls and the Hawks. That's going on right now. Bulls winning 80-73, and let's look at the the All Star vote has started. I think it started today, I believe, or if it started like this past week, I didn't know about it until today. So yeah, shame on me. Um, let's see, standings. So we are gonna get to the standings, and we're gonna get to the stats. This will be the first time this season we look at the standings and stats. Detroit, Knicks, Celtics, 76ers, Raptors, Magic, Heat. Oh wow, Cavs drop. Oh wow. Then you got Hawks and Bulls that round out to the 10. Then the Bucks right now, outside looking in, and I think ain't nobody gonna pass them anytime soon. And of course, they lost two straight. So hopefully, a turnaround will be coming. In the West, you got Thunder only with 3 losses, so amazing. Spurs, surprisingly, wow, in second place. Then you got Nuggets, you got Lakers, Rockets, and Timberwolves. Then got Suns, Warriors, Grizzlies, and Trailblazers. Oh wow, Trailblazers is up there? Okay. Yeah, with their big turnaround ever since they let go of Chauncey Billups. That's crazy. And you got the rest of the pack, and with the Kings being very last in the West, but Wizards once again with the biggest losing record in the NBA. And what's that? Okay, yeah, Pacers and Kings are tied at second. Okay, I guess we can look at stats too before we end this. Um, let's see, season leaders. I'm trying to see if anybody from the Bucks is up here, but probably not. Um, well, at least we got AJ Green third in 3-point percentage, and Bobby Portis in fourth, so that's something. Um, and then top 5 3 points made. Uh, Rebounding, though, we're not there. I know Giannis dropped since he hasn't been playing. Yeah, we'll just keep it at that. And let's see. Just look at other things like total of whatever. Okay, yeah, Bucks is number 3 in 3-point percentage, so that's pretty good. They just gotta hit them. Let's see. I think that's really pretty much it. So, kind of sucks, but like I said, it's still early in the season, and like it's the second half of the season yet. We got till trade deadline to worry about that, and if it like gets too worse, then after the trade deadline, then you panic. But as of right now, I'm not gonna panic. Although you get upset with with the games they should have won, they lost, but right now it's not that time to panic. But anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all watching. Please like if you like today's video. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, we try and get to 1,000 subscribers, but it's getting short to the end of the year. But I got a feeling we will not hit that, but maybe we can hit at least 700 subscribers by the end of the year. So we're close to that. So hopefully we can do that. And when we get to 1,000 subscribers, we will do giveaways every video. So there could be things y'all could be interested in, or it could be something, because y'all like free stuff. It could be anything. You never know. So please help us get to 1,000 subscribers. It'd be well appreciated. Check out the website wrestlingfanspeakout.weebly.com. Upcoming events in the Midwest, wrestling wise, Buck stuff. Also the other stuff we talk about, Milwaukee development, and we also talk about comic book movies and TV news. So, enjoy that. And also, thank our sponsors, Gray Scott Sports Cards. They do have a website, greatscottsportscards.weebly.com. Buying, selling, and trading cards, so could be interested in that. And also, that's our sponsor, excuse me, Midwest Wrestling Collectibles. They do have a Facebook page, and they are on our sponsor page with like items that they're selling. Because next year, 2026, will be the last year they're gonna be doing all that. So everything must go. We're our proud sponsors of Maddie's Memory. Like I said, check out their page. If you want to support, families that had like pregnancy and infant loss, they got a QR code too if you want to donate something. So please help them. Also, we're a proud sponsor of Slam and Championship Wrestling. We're sponsoring their February show, so more details will be on that. And they do have a separate page on our website as well. And recently we, back with, sponsoring Legacy Pro Wrestling for their January 16th show. So that's crazy. So that's very close to WFSO's birthday. That's crazy. So all the information is on the website as well. And you can check out their Facebook pages as well for, more information. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Man up, woman up, face up, check your mental health. Until the next video, y'all have a good one and see y'all later.